Hey guys, Youth Fields here. Today we're going to be going over the performance for the portfolio of the week for this week. And yeah, to start off, we'll start off with the stock market's portfolio for the last week. So you can see here that energy did pretty well. Some of technology did well, not Intel, apparently. Some other ones did well, but actually quite a lot of red here. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, going on into our portfolio here, we can see we're at $66,191. And for the week, we're up about 2.48%, which is pretty nice. If you could break that down, Composer's up about 3.11%. M1 Finance is actually down 1.97%. And Weebill's up 12.78%. Now, if we take a look, now obviously I was moving last week. If we take a look at Webull, this is that top line here. It did a lot of interesting stuff in the last week or two. So, that is crazy, but they're actually still up for like 30 days, for example. So, yeah, going back to the total, doing pretty well here. Yeah, you can see here how that looked. Tuesday was the loser there. And yeah, we still need to do. Yeah, no, actually, going into the actual portfolio on Composer, we can see here that we're at TQQQ, SPY, QQQ, QID, KMLM, and Box. And what's really interesting here is we actually were briefly in VIX, I believe. Probably be easiest to check on the back test here. You can see here that we were briefly in some other positions. We also increased our position on QID instead of doing more TQQQ. So we were trying to get a little bit of hedging going on there. And again, here as well, we can see 80% TQQQ and then 20% VXX. So there's that. But yeah, currently we're kind of back where we were. You can see here that we were most of this, last, what is this? If we just do the last month here, we were mostly in just SPY, QQQ, and TQQQ, but now we're actually more of a conservative portfolio, you could say, because we have QID, KMLM, and Box, which make up around 24% or 25% of the portfolio, which means, we're kind of hoping, well, not, majority of our portfolio is actually still pretty long, but in the case that stuff does go awry, oh, I was on the wrong one, but point still stands. This is probably around 20%. Stuff does go bad tomorrow, for example, we should be in a good position. So, yeah. And I'll get into that, what the futures markets are doing here in a second. But yeah, I'm hoping also, where is it? Next, well, so the 18th is on Saturday. I might do something this week, maybe in the middle of the week, to try to do a deposit, but we'll see. Moving costs a lot of money. Yeah, going into the portfolio on the M1 Finance side, you can see here that a lot of things didn't do too hot for us. So financials is down about, Visa down 3.83%, MasterCard down 2 point some change, Microsoft down 1.38%, Home Depot down 4%. Consumer staples, we had Procter & Gamble down 2.89%, and real estate actually went up here on AMT. Now, in terms of any dividends since last week, there have not been any. And this is what our holdings currently look like. So Visa is up around 3%. You will notice, I think since my last video, I actually had Vertex Pharmaceuticals. So I actually sold that, and I just need to go ahead and transfer this money over. So I think what I'll do is actually transfer this money over and then do this plus the deposit, or the monthly deposit that I always do. That way they can all go in at one time, and it just makes things easier. So yeah, and then on the Webull side of things, we look at this performance tab. So last week we had a pretty interesting week. It was pretty much green the whole week. You can see this is barely down, and this is barely down in this span of things, right? Obviously, you can see here last Monday was, or 2 Mondays ago at this point, was insane. It went down 25%. So, the stock is just absolutely wild, or the CTF. So I don't know, man. I can't wait to get out of it, but at the same time, I don't want to get out of it quite yet. So we'll see. We will see. Yeah, moving on into the futures market. So currently, Nasdaq is down about 0.5%. So that would probably indicate that we could be down tomorrow. But again, as a reminder and disclaimer, futures markets really don't. It's not a ball of whatever you want to call it, right? It's not an oracle. So while this could show that it's down about 0.5%, it's very well that this could be completely the opposite tomorrow. So, but currently it's showing about half of a percent down, which we are in a lot of TQQQ, unfortunately. So we would be hurt there. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, that is it, guys. Kind of a short video this week. I still have a lot of unpacking to do. And like I said, I'm hoping this week we can finally cross over to that 70K. Because, man, we've gotten so close. If we go to like the last 90 days and go to just absolute value here, you can see we're at 69 and then 69 there. And then we went back up to 69 when we did another deposit. And we weren't able to reach there. So, yeah, really annoying. Yeah, we've reached 69 like 3 times. Like that was only 400 away. That was about 800 or 750 away. That's about 1,000 away. Now we're sitting around 4,000 away. So I'm hoping, well, in theory, if we just do the deposit and by the end of the week, we should actually hit that 70K because it'd be the 3,500 plus 1,700, I believe. Yeah, 1777. So in theory, we could hit 70K unless the portfolio decides to just take a dump on this week. So we'll see. But anyways, guys, that is it for me. As always, I wish you guys well in the future.